Tell me if you can hear this.
Uh,
Welcome back to another video of NTW3.
okay. Yeah, I've been using a file to trim my nails for the last month since we can't find nail trimmers.
Did I,
Can you not, like, breathe? Can you please stop breathing? Can you please stop breathing?
No, I'm just blowing in my nose in auto tune. So it's like,
Incredibly
yay,
retarded. Yeah.
I am incredibly retarded. Okay. My game's also at 6954.
Please fucking turn off the auto tune.
Welcome to NTW3.
Yep. I'm here with Travis Scott.
Map up's here too. Just kidding, he's playing.
Perspective of the Ismailowski, Manopolowski, the team chainmail, and I can never be bothered to pronounce. And we have on the enemy team, Syphable Sharpie, Matt Bob, Heinze Gooters, Maria Gomez. On the coalition, we have Chain, Legos, and two other human beings.
Two other people that may also be in IZ clan.
Yeah, but yeah, we have one random, which is the Maria Gomez person, who also happened to play with Pixelated Apollo at one point. So that's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Did you like distort your microphone?
I don't know.
Just maybe after hearing the beautiful auto tune, maybe just hearing a normal microphone kind of sounds bland now, Yeah. Brigatian looks like forgot his general in the back. That's funny.
I'm sure they really enjoyed playing this battle.
Yeah, I'm sure they really did. Wow, how did they get there so quickly? I didn't think they could. I didn't think the deployment zones were that close. Oh, these are Naples, Napupin units over here. That's crazy on the top north section.
Oh, they have an Ugen as well.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, look at these sexy Naples units. They're cool. Davu.
Aujuru? That's Aujuru in the town.
Wait, who brings the Naples units though?
Is this a mixed scores game?
Uh-oh. They
Oh no,
breaking
Nate's
Lord's
gonna be.
rules? They breaking Lord's rules?
I don't know, but it might be Aujuru. Aujuru.
Guru.
Agrilla.
So we're gonna have an epic town defense here. It's gonna be held by units
Of the Naples
Italian people.
Naples Guard. The people there very specific.
That's gonna be funny. And I'm gonna turn up my sound channels. It's probably gonna bug my camera, and it'll be really funny. Oh, never mind. Okay. So Travis, what do you think is gonna happen in this battle so far, depending on the movements of the players involved?
The guy in the north is gonna get raped.
So
Mentally and physically.
Okay. In like real life too?
Yeah.
Okay, well it seems like he's kind of being supported here.
I mean, if his general dies, he's gonna die in real life. So.
Yeah, like your VR general experience thing. Yeah, that was funny. So this Yuzen is going to be fighting for his life up here against Wittgenstein and a combination of Tuchkov. Yeah, in Tuchkov, yeah. So unless he gets reinforced here, which I think he's going to get reinforced by the center army. I would assume that is. And that should be quite interesting to see. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not really sure what this Eugene player over here is going to be thinking at this moment, because, I mean, I'm not sure if he realizes that he's going to be completely just surrounded. Because I think all these units are hidden so far, except for these front two, which are both Grens. So, this Wittgenstein, in my opinion, should be... I think he's just forming up. Never mind. So I actually wonder if he's going to hold here, if he's going to try and run for his life. But I think he's actually going to be fine, in my opinion. I think these units in the town should hold pretty easily. And especially in this northern army here, which I think is Bergrat. You said they had Murat, right?
Yeah.
I think with the combination of Murat and Eugene, they actually should be able to hold here quite well. But with Bergratian's movements, I really have no idea what's going to happen here. Because if he advances into the center and just leaves Tomasov to do everything himself, I mean, that's going to be an interesting situation for most of the LLC, too, apparently. So.
Well, as a matter of fact, it actually looks like Murat's gonna be heading up north.
That's crazy, yeah, man. So, I mean, I think, honestly, maybe another French army could quickly outrun the Bagration, possibly. The only problem with this Tuchkov corps is that he has a lot of squares, so he's like all grunts. So that's going to be really interesting to see. And these skirms are going to be pain for him to deal with, because, you know, Russian skirms really aren't that good at all. Which is sad. And we got some guns being set up here. I think these are the Italian guns, yep.
I mean, there's a lot more guns in Russia.
Mm-hmm, and unless this Wittgenstein's gonna be more aggressive here, then oh wow, he just blew the hell out of that house. I think it'd be better just to blow up that house so you can kind of collapse on him more quickly, so that hopefully this Eugene is just gonna be overwhelmed. Yeah, it's gonna die. It's gonna die here in the next couple volleys. That's gonna be crazy. But man, look at this artillery battery from Eugene here. That's gonna be brutal for this Tuchkov. I honestly think this Tuchkov and this Wittgenstein standing still is kind of ruining their opportunity and the original plan they had here in the first place. And we actually have a bit of a cav engagement going on in the center here, but I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was. That just seemed to fail miserably. What even was this? Did he like try to charge a skirm?
I think they tried to snipe some guns, actually.
Where are the guns? And oh my god, I'm blind. I'm tired, man. I don't know. It seems like the lack of a Russian initiative is kind of ruining their plan. Now it just kind of seems like they're getting strung out of position here. And you have this Imperial Corps advancing on this center, this house here in the center, which it looks like they're actually able to take pretty nicely. And that should give them a very firm position in the center here. Especially, I think they have a Davout here. I'm assuming they would have a Davout considering this is 1812 Corps. If this is Davout, I mean, that's going to be just hell for the Russians to deal with. And they might have to go on the defensive here if they don't do something against Eugene soon. Yeah, they blew up the house up here in the north. Travis, what are your thoughts on this so far? You have no thoughts? Travis?
Every second living is agony.
That's funny. Well, I think this Wittgenstein...
No, it's not funny, it's the truth.
This Wittgenstein needs to be collapsing on Eugene a little quicker here in order to actually gain the Russians some initiative. Because it seems like Tormasov here is just going to be standing in the center getting bombarded and not accomplishing anything. Hamas has this Tormasov. I think he has to make a move now. We just kind of run parallel against these skirms here. Just head for Eugene, and they need to make an advance. Or these guys just need to fall back and regroup themselves in attempts to make another, gain some initiative somewhere else. Travis.
Hi.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just watching these guns, man.
Yeah, man, they have some pretty cool guns. Like they actually have a good amount of artillery here. A lot of Howies. So I mean,
they set them up in a very bad position.
I mean, they could hit the Murat heavies if Murat did bring heavies. If they even brought you claimed that they brought a Murat. Are you sure about that?
Have you seen all the heavy cav they have?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Okay, so these Russian Howies are going to be bombarding these French. I'm not really sure how many kills they're really going to get. But it seems like this Wittgenstein is finally kicking his ass in a high gear here. He might be able to actually do something against this Eugene. However, depending on the support of the Murat cavalry, I don't really know how successful it's going to be unless he has some Tuchkov support. And in the center, we now have some Bagration line fight against, I don't know what corps this is. And it seems like it's going pretty well so far, all things considered. Like, they're making an assault. It's not going amazingly. Caught out completely off guard. I think the element of surprise there was mostly kind of lost from the Russians there. Oof, but those howitzers, man, they might actually do something in the long run against these forces, especially if they have that morale penalty, so it actually might, in the end, actually be quite effective against them. I'm glad to see that Tuchkov, I feel like Wittgenstein could be a little more aggressive, but in the end, he's mostly doing his part here. I feel like really what this Tuchkov player needs to be doing right now is heading into Eugene. Despite the gunfire, I really do think he just needs to be doing that. I don't think these guns, in the end, if he gets up close with the enemy, are going to be doing that much damage. And if he does get close to the guns, he's going to need to shift more shit to protect these guns, which is in the end going to allow Wittgenstein's assault to be a lot more successful. Again, I think this really just comes down to how Tuchkov here will support along with Murat's cavalry. Looks like they're making another big charge with... Oh, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. It looks like none of those guys can square, so that's going to be a complete overrun. And if they can cause these guys to break, they can just move right into the guns, and that's going to be devastating. And that's going to allow, like, literally all of Tuchkov to move up without any issue whatsoever. That is a very good charge by Bagratian's Cuirassiers there. He went all the way over there in support. This is going actually tremendously well for the Russians right now. They're recording a very good assault. What is your opinion on the situation right now, Travis?
Doing everything that they need to secure the W.
I agree here. We got a little charge on the Russian left here against some Dragoons. They're going to charge into those skirms there. Just kind of some, a little bit. It's nothing. But the Russians are making good assault here. Eugene really needs to be falling back here. In my opinion, he really shouldn't even have stood this ground in the first place. I don't understand why he didn't really see this early. I guess he was really, really confident in his guns here initially, but nonetheless, he has chosen to make a stand. Travis, what do you think of the situation? Skirms here.
If they can keep up their momentum, I think they can have a French mass rout here.
Yeah,
I'll give them the upper hand in the battle.
I just don't think it's possible, and with all the freaking French heavies here, like look at that. That's definitely the Murat player there. It's gonna be kind of possible to master out this guy with all the heavies, but they definitely cause some disorder here. I think at this point it would be wise for the Gratian to not push against the center, because that's gonna start that way they're not be able to reinforce the left as much, and then they could really push with that momentum. These skirms are gonna be a little painful, but if they have a Dragoon or some decent lights, I think they could just charge, make one good charge, and disperse most of the skirms here, which is gonna allow Bagratian's advantage here to be pretty freaking solid in the center, and that's definitely gonna allow them to just continue that momentum. But God, man, look at all those French heavies.
Yeah, that would be the
That's
Murat.
absurd. Yeah, that is absolutely absurd.
I also think that they should keep pushing on the Russian right, because they're kind of just being wasted, just kind of standing there staring at the French.
I think the question is, do you think Murat's being a little too conservative here with his Cuirassiers? Do you think he should be making a counterattack? Or do you think he's just waiting to reorganize with Eugene here on the Imperial right?
I think they need to just wait and reorganize, because right now the Russians they see those heavies and they don't want to have to face them.
I wouldn't really want to advance against that that Imperial right anymore until there's some progress made in the center. I think this is Davout infantry here in the center though. That's gonna be pain to deal with. So this kind of attack on the left, it was successful initially. It's just all this cav support is it's gonna be brutal. I think It's just so, like, because Davout is just so base. His infantry is so base. I just don't understand how they could, like, just take it, especially when they're taking the offensive fight with all this artillery here. I really just don't understand how they can make an attack in the center here and have this be successful. Like, at this point, I feel like it's more best to, like, just retreat and pull off a defensive attack that might give you a chance against, like, Davout and Murat's cavalry here. And in the end, I don't really see how they could attack in this position, especially with these defensive wood lines here. So
yes,
it might come down to this Russian right flank with Tormasov, but his performance seemed to be a little bit just kind of supportive, just making sure that he's screening their right flank and making sure there's no kind of harassment going on or advances going on against there. But this has kind of come to a stalemate here, just some skirmishing fire and some artillery fire. But I'm really surprised this Bagratian deadass is actually making this advance here. I sure as hell wouldn't do this, but I mean, I guess he has balls to really make that advance.
Yeah, it can pay off, but really, I think it's for him probably gonna be a war of attrition.
Yeah, I mean, I
just 13-pointer versus a 15-pointer or 14-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, when Davout used to be a 15-point. But yeah, man, I just don't understand how you could win against Davout here, especially with taking a defensive fight against artillery. Like, maybe with some good cuirassier charges, etc., and you coordinate some really good melee charges, but there's really only one heavy cab unit in the center here. I don't think, especially with all the Imperial heavies, man, I really just don't see how this attack in the center is going to be going well in any way, shape, or form.
As long as Murat can just ensure cav dominance, the Russians don't really have anything.
Yeah, and Murat's being very conservative with his cav here. He really doesn't want to throw away any of it at all. And maybe if this attack in the center diverts some of Murat's cuirassier, then I think this Wittgenstein, along with the Tuchkov, could definitely continue with the advance on the left. But this Tuchkov, then again, might have to support the center attack here because he has a lot of squares he might be able to utilize and good melee against the. Oh, yeah, this Bagratian is pulling back here. Man, and honestly, if Mira's Cuirassiers were here at this moment, this game would almost already be over because man, there's no way they could withstand against a Imperial counterattack without Mira's Cuirassiers over here.
Yes, very true.
They have a Russian Cuirassier here, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. I think the Russians really have to decide. I feel like they're kind of teetotaling on kind of the fact if they're going to be attacking or if they're going to be defending. I really don't understand how the Russians can make an effective attack at this moment. They do hold LC, so it's not. I mean, that's even debatable. At this point, I would kind of pull back. I think Tuchkov and Wittgenstein should really line up back up in this town. Tuchkov should really kind of act as a reserve role. And that way, hopefully, Bagration and Wittgenstein can hopefully reform in the center, which will allow Tuchkov to act as a good supporting role before Mira's Cuirassiers here they get here in the center and just kind of screw everything up. And maybe perhaps maybe they can shift over and make an advance on the right. Maybe with Tuchkov's Grenadiers. If I know this Imperial team well, they definitely prefer going on the offensive than the defensive. So I think a good defensive fight is really their main chance here at winning this battle.
Yeah, very true. The Russians still have so much infantry to just fall back on, and as long as they can keep themselves alive and just make the French come to them, I think they can win this battle.
That's absolutely crazy.
Absolutely insane moments.
I also just paused the game with someone that had my head in a couple seconds now. Fuck.
Oh, she! Why do I have to do everything myself?
Okay.
It is an epic suicide, though.
Suicide is cool.
Suicide's really cool. Don't worry, there's no ad revenue to be had.
Yeah, there is none. There's no potential to be had. Oh, those howitzers did come back, though. Hopefully they can actually unlimber and do something.
They just get sniped again.
Stop spawn camping. Oh, Eugene's falling back. Finally, something's happening. Oh, but they got the
Wellington's retreating. Wellington's retreating.
But they got the blue support now, though. They have a lot of blues infantry. And all none of the Murok Cruisers. This may have been a mistake. I think they're gonna go for a counterattack right now. Possibly.
The French, they know that Eugene's weak, so they gotta.
Yeah. And they're shifting.
that.
They're definitely shifting a lot of shit to the left right now. This is where the main.
It looks like this is where the attack's gonna be right now.
Yep.
Finally, some action.
I wonder what this 8-point Tomasov's gonna do. He hasn't really done anything in the game yet, but he might play a crucial role near the end of the battle. And here we go.
Oh, they're just targeting everything. That's Doom. That's Doom.
Yeah. These Russians. Oh, I mean.
Oh, rip Russia.
I mean, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, yep.
Is there gonna be some Fim here?
There might be. I don't think so. Like he's pulling back. Just make it look like you're gonna film.
Yeah.
Don't actually film.
Oh, well, just a little bit of Fim there, just a bit.
Well, that didn't find it. This Naboo infantry, though, is going to massacre these people here.
I think the Russians can survive.
Here. He's setting up stakes here, but that's actually a smart move. Oh, those howitzers, man. I mean, they might do something if they constantly target those heavies. Like back in the 8.9 days, that's what you do. Howitzers use that at least. Oh, they're making a counterattack of their own with these Grims.
Oh, Pavlov's going in.
Pavlov? Oh, and the freaking, I mean, they're charging the Italian Grims. Here we go.
Chadlov's going in.
Here we go. Oh, this is cool, man. This is cool. I can't exactly. I just don't see how this is gonna. Oh my god, that's a friendly fire howitzer I've ever seen one. I don't know. This is such like an assault because I just don't know how this is gonna go with all these freaking units here.
I think they can do it. I think they can.
These Chadlov are gonna break
Chadlov don't break.
Let's see here. Gen here. Look at all the Cuirassiers, man. It's so stupid. Such stupid amount of Cuirassiers. Yeah, dude, this Russian assault's actually going well. It's going well. It's actually going well. I'm surprised. Oh, I just died.
They've lost 0 units in the.
Oh my god.
friendship war.
I actually really had no faith in this assault. This is actually going pretty well, man. It's going pretty well, man.
Yeah, they just went right in with the grenadiers, and if they
there you
can.
go. Man, I wish they would pull up those Endoroslav crews up there, man. I think they could rape the center if they just open the gap here. I think that's what he's doing right now. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Amazing. Really good plays from the Russians here. I actually really like the Russians in this situation. It turns out IZ can actually play on offensive game. They don't only play coalition and defend.
You also love Russia in another situation.
Oh yeah. No bias. I have no bias. Oh, look at this Russian seer charts in the game. Oh man, this is cool, man. This is cool. I think he's gonna turn away here. I wouldn't.
Oh, rip the Kernoslav.
Yeah, I wish I could see what the names were. Next words. But they're gonna get shot. These transfers here. Yeah, that's gonna go back on both sides. This is kind of turning against the Russians now, morale-wise. He's kind of shooting himself in the back here.
Oh, the Russians' attack is split iffy there.
Those Howies are actually going to do something in the end if they keep firing these heavies. It might also discourage them. Oh, those Leap Guard Grenadiers, they just want to score that. Well, I got some piercers that are wavering. They also set up some stakes, I think, that might,
No, they haven't set up the stakes yet, I don't. I think they're waiting for the perfect moment.
Oh, musket ball. Oh, look at these Nepalese troops, man. Wow. I think those Nepalese troops are going to shoot out. My god. Oh, Eagles, you gotta film the win. Let's go! This is a really interesting battle. Like, I actually didn't think this was going to involve anything. But it looks like all this Davu is going to be flanking this big Russian club in the center here. This is weird, man. This is a weird game, but I like it. He's definitely fibbing these gear series in the center, but that's fine. Oh, no, he's not. Because they routed it, you know. Thoughts on the game so far, Travis?
I didn't think the Russians had it in that attack. I thought the cross-air would just stop them, but they've done a really good job.
But it seems like the Imperials have actually pulled off a pretty successful counterattack, just with these gear series. However, I think if they can lay those stakes, that actually was a smart idea, them laying the stakes. But yeah, he's really shooting himself in the back here. Anyway. Finn with 87.
I mean, it would be better if he shot himself in the head.
You know, on the far imp left, it's actually going pretty well. I'm sorry, coalition left. It's actually going pretty well. They're actually like really wheeling this flank, but if the center breaks for the Russians here, which it seems like it might do, sadly. Oh no, none of these guys can scanner clear from square. This gear's really charges to be dead here. Oh, they gotta target all the Howies and that shit. I would even honestly target use that canister with those horse guns there to shoot that. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Here we go. Oh, look at this canister! Look at this canister in the center. Oh, that was good. That was good. Killed a couple Russians, but yeah, that's definitely gonna deteriorate. That was a repel. Man, those Howies are actually doing something. I'm not a big Howie guy, but I guess when they bring so much heavy cav, it's actually pretty damn good.
They have a Mirage, so of course.
These are my favorite types of games, man. I love these games. I love these types of games. Like, just good players on all sides.
I think they just killed their own general, or Howitzer killed him, but Mirage is dead.
Yeah, they definitely, that was definitely a rear charge, if you're gonna ask me.
Oh, no, sorry, that's not Mirage. I think Davu's dead.
That was definitely a rear charge. That was definitely a rear charge. If you're, with all the freaking cav going on, I can imagine Matt screaming at his teammates about rear charging his shit.
Heinz's general died. Who is that on the ground? Is that Davu? Is that Davu?
I don't know. I don't know. I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that bug right there.
Yeah. That actually might spell doom for the imps here, honestly. And you know, I actually don't think the imps can recover from this. I think they gotta find success somewhere else now.
I think they are finding success on the left. On the
Yeah,
left.
on the far left, it looks like that's another one of Miran's cuirassiers. Yeah, it looks like they are definitely pushing back left, but Tormostov is like relatively fresh and undedicated, so it's gonna be pretty hard to break him. I mean, all these guns are doing work on him. I think the coalition should definitely be able. I'm sorry, the Imperials should definitely be able to kind of recover and hold what they have here right now with all the Murat cabin support, but they really gotta hold a good defensive position in order to find some success on the Imperial left. It might come down to an LOC victory, though granted we are pretty far away from an LOC victory. We have friendly fire going on there from the Russians. It's kind of...
It's fine. Baptism by fire.
This unit's tried to sub stakes like the past 50 times now. They just can't, the bug. Oh, here we go, finally. They're finally laying their stakes. That was amazing.
Now no one is ever going to walk over them.
Yeah, it's great. It was a smart move, like, defensively to lay those down, especially in that position at that time. But, still. Pretty Poggers game so far, would you agree?
Yeah, they really turned around the game.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
I mean, to be fair, they were winning since the beginning. Like they lost no units against Eugene in the beginning. Now I think they've kept up the attack on the left, and they're not gonna have much resistance over here anymore.
Yeah, they're not gonna have a lot of resistance. They gotta keep falling back and just kind of holding these old lines here, and especially those houses, constantly shooting those damn cuirassiers, man. That's gonna be pain.
Yeah, at this point, I believe what they're just gonna do now is just kind of rest up their grenadiers, because Tuchka was really in the fight there.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe they could. It's just so far away from LC victory, man. I don't know. I think they just gotta pull off a good retreat here and some good defensive fights in these wood lines, and maybe find more success through whatever core this is over here on the far left. I feel like they look very vulnerable.
The French left is definitely some German core there.
They are
Westphalia
so
unit.
I bet the imps literally had almost nothing in the center.
Russians strung out on the march.
But it can shoot round shots.
I mean, the imps definitely have a cat advantage still. If they can rest up. Oh, dude! They're making a counterattack. What is this? Dude,
out of the forest
what
they come.
What is this? Dude, I really didn't. I mean, Dabu is like still healthy, man.
I believe Eugene that died because his units are kind of redlining.
Considering the
his units are just kind of like redline.
I mean, granted, they did get like raped, but I mean, still. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I think their advance on the left like really drew away many of the Graf team's force. Now he's making a desperate turnaround. Man, that's bad for the Russians. I think they gotta. I mean, I feel like those cuirassiers, man. That's the one thing that's gonna save him here against like a Dabu assault. I feel like he could just make a mass melee here in the center. I don't think there's a lot they could do. I'm assuming Dabu's general is still alive. And they have
I believe Dabu's still alive. He's the one who's still. Murat and another. So.
I thought a lot more Dabu was dead than I previously thought. I think it was like that wood line that really prevented Dabu from reinforcing as much as he could. Making a desperate retreat, I would have fucking gone too. Yeah, that's one thing about IZ is that they definitely know when and when not to fight. Oh, they might lose that 6 pound center there, but it's fine.
Don't worry, I'm sure IZ has a plan for this.
They're in freaking Detroit, yeah, they will plan everything. Yeah, they're gonna lose that artillery piece to a dragoon here. Or they're gonna lose a skirm, or maybe any unit in the world.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Oh, new crossing, lol. Guard light cabs.
I think it's just bad pathfinding.
Bad pathfinding.
Just bad pathfinding.
Epic. Guard light cab kills dragoon. We're still gonna lose that course gun because it's gonna get shot to death. This is an interesting game, man. I think that again. I'm assuming these mirror accuracies are finally vested.
Murat.
And at the return right before the Howie volley. To the woods they go. Fim 87. Go.
Fim 87.
They gotta run with it.
IZ Fim? Oh no, they don't.
Let's go.
That's unfortunate that they didn't Fim.
Wittgenstein, I think is gonna die here. I think Wittgenstein's dead as hell.
Wittgenstein's good. He's good, man. He's good. He's got all the units in the world.
He's hype.
Aggression's gonna come out.
Oh my god, he's talented, man. I wonder if I wonder how many kills they got doing this.
Slight Fim from IZ.
Yeah. IZ Fim.
Just.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that? 6 pounds might prove to be a little.
How can a man go forward with the cavalry without infantry support?
He does have infantry support, though. It doesn't work here. You failed, guys. You failed. It's the soundboard music.
You have failed me for the last time.
Oh, I like seeing the slow motion howitzer shots go by every now and then. It's fun. Oh, Finn at 87. This is an Among Us game. I don't even know what to do. It just seems like the Russians are like really dispersed in the center. And now it seems like the Russians are really getting overwhelmed here by the French. These stakes, I'm sure, are fucking these soldiers that's going to the French cavalry. You gotta get there. That is a retarded square. How in the hell is that a square?
Just a square, man. Just make sure that you're using any rules only. Illegal square.
Yeah.
It's an illegal square. Square in melee.
Like Empire Total.
SIM.
Same I am. Russians holding just a conspiracy charge and didn't care. Oh, there goes Kylie's gen. Rip. And I think that's actually going to seal the deal.
Yeah, I think that's it for the Russians.
Yeah, that's definitely going to seal the deal. That was an interesting game, actually. I thought this game was going to be boring as hell, like that one Grognard versus Templar game we did. It's like just Cossacks running around. It was only for like the last 10 minutes of battle or something actually happened. That was funny. So you want to fast forward to the end here, the end screen, if you can look at stats. That's what we're doing right now.
Sure, yep. Yeah, it's pretty much over for the Russians. They did very good in the beginning. And
they died.
And then they died. It's like they weren't prepared for the counterattack.
I think they really I think the main Russian mistake there at the end was the fact that like Bagration was like really expecting a big assault on the their right flank. So then when suddenly all of their forces appeared for a counterattack in the center.
So they
it's
boom, like a million units to the right.
Yeah.
Just open.
And they got beaten to death.
It was just too late. It was a trap.
Yeah. Final Fim here of the Russians.
Fim it to win it. I think if they would have Fimmed enough this battle, they actually would have won.
Major skill issue.
Major coping problem.
No, another general's gonna die. How did he not die there? He made it out alive. Base Tormasov. Final Russian square. Actually, no, there's a lot more annoying scattered Russian units. Alright, farming formation commence.
Next time I Z Fim more.
Yeah. Take our advice. We've been playing this game a lot longer than you. I promise.
Trust me on that one.
6,000 hours, my ass. Get out of here. 2. Oh, we can't see the stats. I have the pixelated Apollo glitch. No. Wait, can you see the stats or no?
Battle's not even over yet for me.
Well, judging from my perspective, yes, this was definitely
A Russian victory.
Bagration's perspective here. And we got some Grens. A lot of Grens got a lot of kills. And,
A lot of Grins got a lot of kills.
Yeah. And there's this one artillery piece that got 2 kills. That was an amazing use of money. And Baratian actually got 5 kills. That's pretty nice. So overall, pretty good battle. I would give this a rating of
I can't see stats either.
Oh, that's nice. So we can't even tell you. This is an amazing replay. We are professionals.
Yeah, I mean, at least Progression got 5 kills.
You should hit rematch. You should hit rematch and see what happens. Or swap sides.
Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing.
Well, anyway, you can type in all chat. Nothing happens.
Say the N word.
Say the N word. All right, everyone. Goodbye.
Kill yourself.
Okay.
And I just take it in my throat, fucking swallow that down. I'm dying, dude.
That's something I never thought I would want to do.